Did you know that your wardrobe actually only needs 5 colours to be flexible, versatile, take you wherever you need it to go? Now, you might think that I'm about to tell you that what you need in your wardrobe is a black blazer, a white shirt, a crisp pair of black trousers, things like that. But actually, these rules don't have to be as strict as that. I'm not about to tell you the 5 specific colours you need in your wardrobe, but instead 5 guidelines that will help you build a wardrobe that's right for you, whether you like a really crisp classic look or something much more fun, playful, colour poppy. However you want your wardrobe to be, these 5 guidelines will help you. And they're really simple. Basically, the first colour you start with is a dark neutral. The second colour you add is a light neutral, and I will go into more depth about what I mean about these in a minute. The third colour you need is your version of denim, so the right denim for you. And the fourth and fifth colours are going to be 2 brights that just make you feel vibrant, alive, your favourite colours, whatever it is. And that's it, it's that simple. But if you need a little bit more guidance, let's talk about what we mean by that. So your dark neutral is basically, it's like your suit colour. If you imagine you're getting suited and booted, going working in the city, what colour is your suit? It might be classic black, it might be navy, it might be a chocolate brown, it might even be like a mid-tone grey, or even something that doesn't get that dark, like a royal blue. Your light neutral is your version of that crisp white shirt. But the interesting thing here is that not that many of us really suit a true crisp stark white. And if you're one of those where you feel a bit drained, a bit washed out in true white, it might be that you suit a silver grey or like a soft white or even a rich creamy type shade. Denim, a little bit more subjective, kind of comes down to personal preference, but generally you want something that's going to go with your neutrals. So if you've chosen, let's say, crisp, dark, indigo, navy blue and bright white, you want your denim to kind of have that same intensity, so like a dark, rich denim tone. If your dark and light neutrals are kind of like a charcoal grey and like a soft silvery grey, a bit more tonal, maybe your denim is like a distressed antique-y type wash or even like a soft grey colour. So your denim, really, you want to choose it to match those neutrals. And your 2 brights are where you can really have fun. It's the 2 colours that really express you. They might not be super bright for everyone. They might be a sort of khaki or an olive shade, or you might go all the way into, bold, vibrant, fuchsia, cobalt type colours. So let's have a look at how you can use those rules to build your wardrobe and how different a look you can create just using those 5 simple guidelines. So the first wardrobe is a real classic capsule wardrobe. It's the kind of thing, if you go on Pinterest and search capsule wardrobe, you're going to see. So we've started with crisp, classic black trousers. You could use that for your blazer, all the dark neutrals in your wardrobe, that same crisp, clear black. Light neutral, kept it crisp, kept it clean. We've got pure white. Brilliant if you love a kind of high impact, high contrast look and you want a real classic look for your wardrobe. The denim I've chosen to go with this, as I said, is like a dark indigo denim. It's quite smart, quite classic feeling to go with that crisp black and white. And then we've got the 2 brights where we've had a little bit of fun. So we've got clear, bright, vibrant fuchsia. It's really perfect for pairing with that black and white for a really kind of bold, high impact look. And then brilliant cobalt blue. Again, lovely, crisp, clear, really pairs beautifully with that black and white to create a kind of jewel-like, high impact look. But maybe your style's a bit softer, a bit more natural, maybe you don't like something quite so stark. So for a slightly softer, again, it's like smoky, cool tone wardrobe, I've gone with a kind of graphite-y blue-grey dark neutral there. So not as stark and severe as true black. If you find that looks a bit harsh on you, something like a dark grey, a dark blue can be a really good alternative. For the light neutral, I've actually gone for like a very light kind of silver, soft white. And again, if you know that white doesn't work for you, but you find maybe creams and those kind of like camel tones make you feel a bit yellowish or they don't work with the rest of your wardrobe, going for something like a silver grey or like a slightly chalky off-white can be a really good alternative to that really crisp, stark white. Now the denim I've gone for this set of colours is much lighter, much softer. It's a kind of slightly worn in. Again, you can see it really tying in with those slightly smokier, softer shades we've chosen for this palette. And then my 2 brights, because this palette feels a little bit more kind of tonal, a bit more harmonious, I've actually gone for quite similar colours. So one more kind of vibrant, bright amethyst, kind of slightly deeper plummy shade, and then one really smoky, soft plum colour. So that whole wardrobe feels much more kind of natural. It's not got that high impact, high contrast of the first wardrobe I showed you, but everything just kind of blends and flows really easily together. Now, maybe you prefer something that's kind of a bit more natural feeling. Maybe you love those kind of chocolate camel tones, that really kind of effortless, elegant sort of vibe. In which case, starting with a warm chocolate can be a really good option for your dark neutral. Also works really well if you find things like black and navy are too severe for you. This has got a much more kind of rich, warm, golden undertone. And obviously the natural light neutral to pair with that chocolate is a raw, warm, rich, camel creamy tone. So it's just keeping that real kind of tonal golden tones going through. The best denim for pairing with these kind of colours is actually kind of like a slightly vintage wash. It's almost got that slightly sort of golden hue to it. It's denim with yellow stitching, slightly vintage wash, and it just kind of harmonises with those brown tones, those golden neutrals really well. And then carrying those themes through to my brights, I haven't gone too bold for the first one. I've gone for that khaki olive shade, which is just a little bit softer, not quite so high impact. Again, if you want something that feels quite timeless, not too in your face, that khaki works really well. And then for a slightly more vibrant option, the mustard kind of gold tones. So two brights that aren't too strong. Again, not too in your face, but have got a little bit of impact to go with those neutrals. Now, last up, let's say you're maybe not really a classic capsule wardrobe kind of person. You find them a bit dreary, a bit dull. You can still use those rules to create a wardrobe that you're really going to love. So the dark neutral I've chosen here is almost like a royal blue. Your dark neutral doesn't have to be the deepest, darkest colour in the world. This is a kind of almost royal type blue, really bright navy. And it's a bit more fun, a bit more punchy than those dark colours. Also, if you find deep colours just get too stark, too serious looking, something like that bright blue can be a really good alternative for your light dark neutral. Okay, next up, again, I've gone for a creamy tone. I think it pairs really nicely with the blue as the dark neutral. It's a bit fresher than the kind of richer, deeper cream I had a minute ago, but it's just a bit warmer, a little bit more vibrant than something that's kind of like silver grey or pale blue type colour. But you don't have to go for a total neutral here. If you feel like it doesn't really work for you, it doesn't sit in your wardrobe, you could go for something like a pale pink, a pale yellow there, instead of going for that creamy shade. The denim, again, I've gone for quite a bright coloured denim. It feels like it ties in with that more playful, fun feel for this wardrobe. It's a bit more saturated, not as dark as that really indigo denim I showed you the first time, but I always think of it as like classic Levi's, new Levi's denim. And then the two brights for this wardrobe, I've gone really, really zingy, just to show that having a capsule wardrobe doesn't have to mean boring and dreary. We've got that bold turquoise to start with, so really crisp, really clear, really fun and playful. Quite tonal still with like the bright blue, you know, quite elegant, but just adding a bit more fun and punch to it. And then the second bright colour is bold, crisp, clear coral. Again, just kind of keeping that fun, that colour pop. You can imagine as you start to build your wardrobe and layer up more and more pieces in these colours, it's really going to add like a fun vibrancy to the wardrobe, where some of the others have felt quite timeless, quite kind of low-key. It just shows you can use these rules to build a wardrobe that suits your personality, whatever that is. I hope that's shown that you can use those 5 rules, dark neutral, light neutral, denim, colour pop, to build a wardrobe that works for you, whatever your lifestyle, whatever you spend your time doing, whatever your personality. It's a really simple set of guidelines that hopefully will build a wardrobe that you love much more effectively than that kind of classic Pinterest image of the black, the white, the grey. If you don't know where to start and you're kind of thinking, okay, that sounds great, but I don't know which colours to choose, a really good tool to get you started is our colour profile. I've linked it in the description below. It will help you find a palette to start building your capsule wardrobe on and begin to create that wardrobe based on those 5 rules I've shown you today.